Good afternoon, or hello everyone. I'm Bernadine Vassor. So I initially came into this course I came into this course this semester when I decided I wanted a double major in international studies with a focus in Latin America and the Caribbean. Primarily, my focus was the Caribbean because I'm Haitian and I wanted to learn more about where I am from. But I took this course because it was required. But I'm so happy I took this course because it gave me a wider range of knowledge within that Latin America, which I didn't know I had. I didn't know it would be interesting to me, but it gave me almost a snapshot of just different aspects of history in Latin America. And I use the word snapshot because it's only been 10-11 weeks. It's been a short time. However, I feel like within that time each week I've learned an ample amount of information on different amount of topics, which I feel like is what an introductory course should be, because there's so much different topics that I want to venture off into and further study for further courses. So yes, my favorite module was last module, which is module 10, which talked about US intervention. Because I've studied the Caribbean and I'm currently taking a course called The Politics of Caribbean with Professor Carrasquillo, I have seen we've read U.S. intervention, mostly in the Caribbean because it's politics of the Caribbean. However, to see it's so interesting to see that U.S. intervention has kind of used the same method in different countries, and that same method has perpetuated this same atmosphere. To me is just so interesting. And so my case study is Guatemala. So to see how the U.S. has intervened and basically aided with a coup d'etat, and to see how that has spreaded and trickled down to the people personally was just so interesting, and it's something I definitely want to study more. Yes, so that was my favorite module. My least favorite aspects about the course, personally in the beginning, I just didn't like case studies because it was hard for me to find information that was thorough enough, but then also interesting enough. So I just had trouble balancing the two, but I guess practice makes perfect, because now I feel like I found the balance and I do appreciate it. So I guess that's my least favorite thing, but also my favorite thing. I think to make it more engaging, I probably would I wish we could make our own quiz at the end of the case study, just to gauge our depth of understanding of what we are studying, since this will collaborate into one whole case study of, for me, Guatemala. My honest assessment of my progress in the course, as I said, honestly, I didn't come in here expecting much. It was a required course, so I was taking it to fulfill a requirement. However, I feel like I've gotten this snapshot on different aspects of Latin America, and I really appreciate that. And so now I just really hope there's a class that is specifically on US intervention in Latin America, which I know is a lot, but I know that's probably not realistic, but this course has really given me just an opportunity to learn about different things. And then because I've taken it while taking politics in Latin America, and I also am a political science major, it's just widened my understanding, and it's widened my understanding on the area, and just has made me excited to study more. So yes, that is currently my favorite aspect. Right now I'm studying Guatemala, and so I've just kind of learned about the resiliency of the country through from when Spaniards has colonized it, through how race is so fluid within it, yet how the indigenous people are even though race is so fluid, and through miscegenation, I feel like the indigenous people kind of have never been able to escape that race. And I think that's interesting that everyone else has kind of been able to escape race through its fluidity, but the indigenous people haven't, and they are still so oppressed. And just to have been the first people, I just think it's so interesting that they have been so oppressed. And just how US intervention has perpetuated it, and just for the US to be a superpower, I just think it's so interesting that the intervention has not really aided. But then again, US hasn't really done too much to stop racism. I mean, there's racism still persists in the US, so I don't really expect them to have ended racism in Guatemala if they can't do it in their home country. But that's something I'm so interested in learning so much more about, and this course has given me the opportunity to find different things to learn more about. And so that is why that is my take on Latin American studies, and yes, I am so excited to learn more. This is Bernadine Vassor.